Hello, everyone. God, I put my microphone on the very lowest of volumes accidentally. Okay, there you go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Memoria Mortis. Yay!
Woohoo!
Episode 6. Oh, look, a cat. Now a cat's ass. I hope all of you are doing all right. Everybody watching, be it on YouTube, be it here on Twitch live. Thank you very much for hanging out. Do appreciate the support. We had quite the eventful episode last week, and so I think that without further ado, you already know you can find this on YouTube if you want to do so, and you can find this on Twitch if you're watching on YouTube. So let's move on to just a little quick recap of what's happening while the cats cause immeasurable chaos on our players' table here.
Okay, I'm okay.
You're okay. All right, good. So let's move on with that quick little recap. So on the last episode last week, Gael here was proclaimed the hero of Wormtooth after blowing up the gates of Wormtooth Fortress and allowing for the army of His Majesty the King of Herskellen to rush inside and eliminate all that was left, knowing that Gael had previously caused some damage. After that, and to kind of speed things up a little bit, she was celebrated as a hero. She was offered, or she was promoted to captain and offered the ability to hire or have her own squad, her own team. And she was offered land. She was offered the opportunity to abandon her duties as a soldier, as a captain, and to just rule over land as Lord Ivan Liamhan's heiress that he does not have. But Gael refused. And after refusing, she took some time first to show Lord Morden Sullen what she had found. What she had found previously on the general's body and on the general's body and on the general's room. She found a letter that mentioned someone named the seamstress who guaranteed more enhanced soldiers, it seems, more Esder Yesi and then Esder vials. These vials that letter referred to were small vials with a piece of flesh, with blackened blood vessels all around it. When she showed this piece of flesh to Lord Morden Sullen, he apparently lost this sickness that affects him, although Gael is not too sure of what it is, as she did not ask in the moment. It would have been inappropriate. After that, Gael went off and hired the first member of her squad, John Flintwright, a soldier that came from Sorenshire as well, just like Gael, and they became quick friends, and John promised to serve her as or serve under her, as Gael is indeed the captain now. She actually made the joke.
I'm the captain now. Look at me.
After this, Gael went to sleep, or actually they left the fort, and then Gael went to sleep, and on her sleep she had a dream of an entity wearing tattered black robes that flowed into or faded into nothingness at the end. An entity with a deep black hood that hid its face and that had a sort of a canine creature's skull over their head. An entity that held a book and had bony fingers that pulled a sword out of their head. An entity that made Gael sign a contract that when she signed, had a different name than the one that she was going to write. Gael was revealed to be the name. That entity then pointed out into the distance, and when Gael looked, she was taken to this mirror, and on the mirror, people walked. Not people, but shadows of people, specters. And beyond that, far away, there was a broken tower. And then she woke up. And as she woke up, she leveled up. She leveled up to 3, having taken 2 levels on Rogue, 1 level in Sorcerer, and she received an item called Shroud of the Pale Angel. But this is where we're going to pick things up. You woke up, Gael, and you saw pale green cracks on your skin like light was erupting from inside. You felt covered by that cold shroud that somehow still comforted you. And when you think about this dream, when you think about what you saw, it was not a dream, not so much as it was a memory. One that you are not sure is yours, but at the same time has to be yours.
Do I feel do I have the cloak?
You do?
I have the cloak. So it was not a dream. That shit happened. My god. Well, I take a few minutes just to absorb the information. There's nothing I can do now. I take a deep breath and I'll start the day.
It is not day yet.
It is not day yet.
You woke up in the middle of the night.
Shit.
Do you want to go back to sleep?
Do I have the contract or?
No. You just... It's... This dream feels like a part of your life was unlocked, a part that had been missing, a part that you had never thought about, and that had been obscured ever since you arrived at Eodwulf's place in Sorenshire, since he took you in. It feels like something that you indeed have lived, or maybe lived is not the right word.
So if I think hard enough about it, do I recognize the entity?
If you think hard enough, how hard are you thinking?
I am trying to remember, since I feel that is part of my. Surikata, I feel that is part of my memory. Maybe did I? So I saw that entity before.
Yes, you have seen that entity before, but also now.
So I don't have any memory of who that is, what it does.
You might. That is why I'm asking, how hard are you thinking?
I'm thinking very hard because it's part of my past, so I want to know.
Are you channeling anything?
What do you mean by that? I can. Sorry.
You have all the time in the world, honey. It's just you and me.
I will. Wow. I'm reading stuff. Sorry, while I have the higher self, right?
Correct.
But I am not finding it. What the fuck? Here it is. Okay, I will access my higher self.
All right.
So my wisdom is 16.
Your intelligence is?
Intelligence 14.
All right.
So I get the +2 in intelligence.
And it is proficient in the check that I would like you to make, which is either a history or religion check. So you add your intelligence modifier, which is a +2, and your proficiency, which is, I believe, a +2 as well.
So it's a +4.
Correct.
Okay. Do I have advantage on it?
You do.
No, I don't.
Because you have used your higher self.
Focus. Where did I see that entity? Who is it? Oh?
Oh!
21.
21. On a 21.
22.
22? Oh, that makes a difference, actually. So.
17 plus 5 is 22.
Yes.
Okay.
First, it comes to you, it is revealed to you almost immediately as you think upon this. You sense yourself kind of travel deep inside the reaches of your mind and memory that you were not aware existed, and the first thing that comes to you is your name. First you thought that Gael was your name. That's the name that you gave Eodwulf in Sorenshire. That's the name that came out of you when it was asked, but it was incomplete. Your name is Morrigael. Your name was Morrigael. That's what you have in your mind, is that your name was Morrigael, is Morrigael. There is a confusion, but that which you have seen is an ancient deity, one that is not spoken of no longer here in Kaifam or in Herskellen, one that you know is banished from here. One that, although you have not...
Sorry,
yeah,
banished from here where?
from Herskellen.
Okay.
One that you are not allowed to worship, one that, although you have never read a book regarding the religions of other continents or of other kingdoms, one that you know is worshipped far, far away. One that is known as Hadet, the god of death.
So I signed a contract with the god of death. That's what I know.
Yeah, that is what you surmised. That somewhere in your lifetime, you have signed a contract with the god of death. And you accessing this, whichever divinity you have within you, you sense other powers now revealed in your mind. You sense access to more of that same divinity, but you also in your mind sense this discomfort of two lives entering in a conflict with each other, trying desperately to merge. And the only thing that unites them right now is a sense of purpose, one that you have been searching for, and one that you now find being repeated over and over in your head with the image of the mirror and the broken tower.
I don't know where they are at all. That the broken tower, at least.
Make a history check. I think it only allows you. Does it allow you to do multiple checks with the higher self thing, or?
lost it again? What the fuck? Okay. You can access... no, to make one ability check.
Yeah, then this
or
one
short rests.
is going to be a regular history check for you to see if you can... It's a pretty high DC.
Natural 20, please. 3.
You do not recall any of that.
Okay, but I do know that this god is not worshipped in Kaifam.
Yeah, well, at least in Herskellen you're sure of it. At least in the kingdom, because in the kingdom only one religion is allowed, and it's that of Rauno, god of righteousness and honor.
Okay, so I don't know even if the Broken Tower is in Kaifam or... I don't know.
You would not know on a 3, I'm sorry.
Okay, so... with knowing this, do I know now that the woman that I saw with red hair there was me?
Yes.
So did I die? Or that was...
Well, you're here. You're alive.
Am I?
You seem to be alive, yes. So how could you have died if you were now here alive?
Okay.
Who died in that day? Did someone die? What limitations are being broken by this contract that you have signed? Who knows?
And about the mirror, do I know anything else about it?
On a 3, no.
Oh, I could have rolled another one.
You could have.
One roll for each.
No.
Okay. Okay, I will sleep on it.
All right. Do you?
Will I recover the higher self?
I say yes. It's going to be a short rest. So, do you wish to sleep with the cloak on?
Why shouldn't I? It's mine. It's a new thing.
Right, but you also know that only one faith is allowed, and also that the people from the southern reaches of the kingdom tend to have issues with magic.
True. But they all know they wouldn't be here if it wasn't me. And because of my magic.
It is a risk that you may take.
Okay. I will put the cloak in my handy haversack.
As you think about removing and hiding the cloak, it just
Oh no.
turns invisible.
No, I think again to put it on again. Oh. Whew. Okay. I think to put it off. To take it off.
And the shadows vanish, and the green light takes over until it then is completely invisible.
Wow. And I think to put it... No, I'm joking.
Well, we can do this for 2 hours if you want.
That would be cool. Okay, it's off.
All right.
You said that if I look at me, I have things on my arms?
Your hands
Windtail?
specifically, because your arms would be, I guess, covered by the armor and by your clothing. Your hands show these cracks on your skin of dull, pale green light that is coming out of them. But as you kind of think for it to vanish, the light does vanish and it hides. But some of the cracks still remain, even if not noticeable. They are passable for scars if you want to.
And if do I see any mirror around me?
No, you're in a you're in an army camp.
Okay,
You don't
right.
see a mirror around you.
any lake?
In this region, you would not see a lake, no. You are still days away from Fort Flameshield, or the rest of the day of travel from Fort Flameshield, and this area is just entirely savannah.
Okay. Okay, I will go back to sleep. I'm going to sleep on it. See if I can unlock any more memories.
So, the morning doth come, and I'm gonna say for the purposes of brevity that you managed to, let's change the scenery here, travel easily throughout the following day along with the army, and you may reach Fort Flameshield. During that travel period, is there anything that you would like to achieve, or would you like to fast travel to Fort Flameshield?
I'm going to try to find Lord Ivan.
Lord Ivan, all right.
I said Lord Ivan.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Hello. Hi.
Captain Gael.
I'm a captain now. Listen, I wanted to talk to you. Do you have any progress on the vials?
Oh, so you mean Lord Morden and not Lord Ivan?
Yeah, sorry.
See why I asked Lord Ivan?
Sorry, it's the other one.
Yes, you go to Lord Morden, and he goes, Captain Gael, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Do you have any progress on the vials?
I do have some progress on the vials, yes. Although I am not sure that this is the progress that we expected or wanted.
Go on.
Well, Lord Ivan has decided that due to the uncertain nature of these things, that we are to travel to Chasmfall and take it with us so that a paladin may look at it and assert if this is some sort of pagan, heathen magic that should be kept away from our kingdom.
Okay, do I know that Chasmfall is another completely new kingdom?
No, Chasmfall is a city. It is a city. It is the city which also is homonymous to this county. Chasmfall is a city that oversees this entire county, including Sorenshire, Hilmedan, and Riverdairt, and all of those other smaller towns. Chasmfall is kind of the big city that oversees it, and that also helps support Fort Flameshield and the other two forts here in this section.
And when we left fort, the last fort that we
Wormtooth Fortress, yeah.
Where were we going to?
To Fort Flameshield.
Oh, Fort Flameshield.
Yes.
Okay.
And you are still heading there. Lord Morden would tell you that you are to arrive at Fort Flameshield with the entire army, drop the supplies, and then grab a contingent of soldiers and move to Chasmfall from Fort Flameshield.
Okay, and we are going to Fort Flameshield for what?
As I just said, to drop the supplies that you stole
Only
from...
for that, and then the rest will continue there, and...
Yes, correct. The large force, the large army that was brought to Wormtooth Fortress is going to stay, and then a small contingent is going to escort Lord Ivan and Lord Morden to Chasmfall.
Okay.
He goes, I fear the outcome of this endeavor, as I think that, well, they are just going to lock it away or destroy it, this thing has value. It may be used to cure diseases. It cured mine. If only we dedicated more of our time to understanding it, then perhaps we could. I don't know. I did find something about the vials, though. There were more, and it seems like these vials are pieces of something. They are taken from something larger that has this flesh. If this is locked away and destroyed, we will not be able to find what the source is, and who knows what abilities the source might hold that could be useful to us here in the front lines or to the people.
Didn't I give you more than one?
Yes.
Can't you keep one?
I'm sorry, it is not in my way to lie and go behind Lord Ivan's back.
They can investigate on the other one, and I keep one. Not you.
That would not be wise. That would not be wise, Gael. I am not sure I am ready to take such brash actions, but maybe. First, I need to... I'm not gonna talk until this stops so that you can pay attention.
Sorry.
Okay. Are you listening now?
Yes.
All right. If I do get some time in Cazenfall to study. Oh God, he's distracting me too. God so damn cute. It, cat.
He's so cute.
All right. If I may get some time in Cazenfall to maybe look at a few tomes and books there, maybe I can find something that informs me better of this, or that even can inform me on how to use it. But until then, I would rather not go behind the Lord's back. He has given me much, and I am hesitant to betray his trust like this. And I would be hesitant to do it as well if I were you, Gael.
Okay. Well, I tried to help. Can you tell me something else?
Yes.
My grandfather... This is going to be a little bit out of the blue, and I'm sorry for that. My grandfather never told me about religions. He was not a very religious man. I know here we worship Rauno. I am not myself very religious, but of course, with the influence of others, Rauno is my god. But do you know anything about the god of death?
That is a dangerous path you tread, Gael. Heresy
I just
is not...
want information.
And that is a form of heresy.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Okay. Well, as I told you, I don't know much about religion. My grandfather never taught me anything about it. I never knew why. He didn't like it. So, anything about the gods, I am completely ignorant.
I understand your curiosity, Gael, but tread lightly. Heresy is not seen too well in our kingdom. It does hamper us, the curious, but it is a necessary evil, at least right now.
Okay, but don't religious people read about other gods?
They are not allowed to. Not in Herskellen.
Oh. Shit. Okay. I take back what I said.
The members of our clergy, the members of the Church of the Righteous Flame, are meant to guide our people in a path of honor, in a path of righteousness, a path of pure light and good. They are not to be tempted with others. For Rano is all that we need, and he has proven that to us plenty of times over.
Would Rauno approve that?
He stares at you only.
Okay. Okay, I take back what I said again. I'm sorry. I am going to eat.
All right. By the way, Gael, have you ever been to Chasmfall?
I never left Sorenshire. Not that I know of.
Would you like to accompany Lord Ivan to Chasmfall?
Sure, if I'm not needed anywhere. Is it the big city, like with many people?
It is a big city and one of the oldest in our kingdom.
Yeah, I'll go. I look forward to.
All right. Have a good day then, Gael.
Can I try to sense if he's mad at me?
Roll an insight check.
$12.
He's not so much mad at you as he is just mad in general.
Is he mad at life?
Maybe not at life, but maybe more at present circumstances.
Okay. So not particularly at me.
Doesn't seem like it was you.
Okay. Okay. Do I sense like disappointment?
Anger.
Only anger. Okay. Okay.
Yes. Right. So, you arrive in at Fort Flameshield. The gates are thrown open. There are people cheering immediately, including cheering for you. Having messengers have been sent forth to announce and tell the tale of the hero of Wormtooth. And as you are walking about and greeting quite a few people that actually go up to you and want to shake your hand, you feel a shove in your back, and as you turn, lo and behold, you see the red hair kind of side shaved or more or longer, I should say, on the right side, and the green eyes, the almost very practical, similar to you, leather vestments of your friend Rosamund Warwick, who has made it here to Fort Flameshield. And she goes, "Hero of Wormtooth! All it took you was a few days and you're already a hero."
Rosie! And I hug her.
Oh, God.
How are you? And I start to kiss her. not well, like.
Yeah, I understand. You're not gonna make out in the middle of the... Okay, weird. Rosie goes, "Oh, all right, get off of me," and she starts pushing you. So I heard you're a captain now.
Yes, I am. I am the captain now. Look at me.
And behind you comes John, your friend and now soldier, and he
John is my subordinate.
He steps in between both of you and he goes, "Excuse me, young lady, you must stay away from Captain Gael."
Oh, it's fine, John. At ease, soldier. She's my best friend.
It is. Excuse me, Rosie. I didn't even recognize you. And Rosie goes, "Oh, all right, John. You calm down there. It seems that your little shiny armor and sword got a little bit in your head. Maybe I should bully you like I did back in Sorenshire." And John.
No bully in my command.
Well, I'm not in your command.
Yet.
All right.
Why are you here? What are you doing here?
Well, I finally convinced my mother that I should seek out whichever fate I want to, and I've decided that this is the fate that I want to pursue. I wish to be here and help people. I learned a little bit of my mother's arts of the druids of Nadar, and, well, here I am. And you sense, if it's not apparent through my acting, a little bit of a stutter.
Nervousness?
Yeah.
Anxiety?
Yeah, a little bit.
Not confident?
Not at all.
Hey, it's all right. I understand you. I was very afraid in the beginning, but wait. Didn't your mother almost try to kill you with her eyes? Like, I almost felt like if eyes could kill, I would be dead.
Yeah, well, my mother's not here to see that, right? Let's say that we didn't. Although Father did let me do this and come here, I didn't speak to Mother that as much as just telling her that I was coming, and that in hindsight that might have been not such a great idea, and I am kind of looking over my shoulder to see if there isn't any weird birds or cats here that look like her.
You ran away from your mother?
I didn't quite. That's half of it. That's not the entire truth. I did not entirely run from her. I told her that I was coming. She said, "What did your father say?" And I said that he allowed me to come, which he did. He did. But immediately after I said that, I just left. I said, "Goodbye, Mother, I love you." Well, maybe I didn't say that exactly, but it's alright. I'll come back home one day.
She's going to kill us both. No, she's going to kill me because you're her daughter.
Well, to be fair to you, Gael, she won't do anything of the sort. She is kind-hearted, and all that she would probably do is just watch over me, and if she sees that I'm alright, then she won't need to stay on my tail.
Alright, I'll trust your words, but, well.
So, now comes the time where I should probably discuss my skill set, and I believe that it is one that you and Mr. Flint right here would be very keen to use.
So you do want to be my subordinate?
Well, Gael, I do not want to be your subordinate. However, we can discuss an appropriate salary.
Salary?
Right. I get 30% of the shinies that you find.
25.
25% sounds like a deal to me. And she extends out, she spits on her hand and extends it out to you.
No, I hate when you do that.
And you both shake on it as John is a little bit disgusted by it. He's just...
Well, same.
Alright, then I suppose Captain Gael, Rosamund Warwick at your service.
John, I didn't ask you for your salary. Do you want anything?
Captain Gael, perhaps this has not come to your attention as you are only recently a captain, but us members of the army are already paid, as is your friend Rosamund Warwick here.
You bitch.
You shook on it, Gael?
I'm usually not a woman of my word, but okay.
Well, I assure you that if you're not gonna go far in this army. Everybody's so uptight here.
Well, I am the hero of
Of where?
something. I don't remember.
John leans into you. Wormtooth, Captain. Hero of Wormtooth.
I am the hero of Wormtooth. Thank you. So, I got very far.
Right. A stroke of luck?
You call it luck, I call it skill.
Okay, Ezreal.
This is He says it?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know.
Says something similar to that, yeah. Alright, so, honey, my love. This will be a moment in which you are now able to access your second sidekick, which is the healer. Now, my good friends that are watching the video and watching the stream, I would like to explain once again this sidekick mechanic. We have already explained it before, but some of you may not still know what it is. This sidekick mechanic, introduced with Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, allows for players to have little simplified versions of player characters for them to command and help them in battle. The healer version is a spellcaster, excuse me. Okay, a spellcaster sidekick. And this spellcaster sidekick is choosing the healer's specialty because there are multiple. Comes with a few spells that may be of use here to Gael. Healing spells and buff spells. Right now, level 3, they only have 3 first level spell slots, which are, lower level spells, and then obviously cantrips, which you can use without spending your slots, your mana, let's say. But this healer spellcaster is going to be under Gael's control. Her abilities, however, are going to take a different spin than what they are in the stat sheet, since Rosamund here is the daughter of a druid, an elven druid from Nadar that ended up living in Sorenshire. And being the daughter of a druid, we are going to take a little bit of some flavor spins on her abilities. For example, with Sacred Flame, it is not going to be a flame in so much as it will be roots or very sharp leaves like Bulbasaur. So yeah, this is what what Rosamund is, and so at least for now, the party is complete here for Gael.
Just to think,
Yeah.
in my extras,
Mhm.
the warrior John,
Mhm.
it doesn't have a name.
Yeah, that's a bug.
Okay,
I
it's
don't know.
only medium humanoid.
I can do. Give me a moment.
No, it's fine. It's there. So
Can you refresh?
okay. Now it's name.
All right. This way you will actually have their names as well instead. All right. So, is there anything, as you are here in Forged Flame Shield, is there anything that you want to accomplish here? Any moment that you want to take? You are arriving pretty much at the end of the day, so only excuse me, not the end of the day, because you would have left pretty early. So I'm going to say that you are. Well, actually, let me think. Give me one moment. Yeah, it would be at the end of the day. All right, so you are it's kind of sunset right now. The sun is setting in the west, as it does in Eidos and on Earth as well. Is there anything that you want to accomplish here?
While we are eating, I'll make sure that we are alone, us three,
Mm-hmm.
and I will say, now that we are kind of a group that is going to work together, and you two kind of work for me, I will have to reassure that whatever you see from me is not coming out of your mouths.
John immediately goes, Captain, you have my word, and on my honor, I will not speak of anything that you ask me not to. Rosie
What?
is... Why the secrecy, Gael?
You might see one day. For now, I will remain silent. But I can assure you that my faith and my beliefs are on Rauno.
Is it your magic, Gael? And John goes,
Maybe. Well, hey, you guys know I do magic, okay? If it wasn't for my magic, maybe we wouldn't be here.
Gael, I am perfectly fine with whatever magic you want to pull off. I have to do the same. Druidic magic is not exactly well seen either here. Although it is...
But it's nature, so it's a little bit
yes,
better.
The Civil War did not happen between druids and paladins. They were wizards and sorcerers, yes.
Well, yeah. I don't know where my magic comes from, so
Alright.
I just was born with it, I guess.
Captain Gael, although I do not understand the extent of your abilities, nor do I understand what is required for one to possess such abilities, my word remains. I will not open my mouth about anything regarding you, regarding your whatever it is you do to serve this good kingdom.
And I can assure you as well that everything I do is to protect the kingdom and to protect you too.
Rosie goes, all right, I know you have to say that, but you know that among us...
I don't have to say that. I don't even know how to be a captain.
You do have to say that, or else people are going to think it and be suspicious of you. I understand, but you realize that here among us, I'm sure John is not even smart enough to understand the complexities of the issue. And he goes, Miss Warwick, that is slightly offensive upon... yeah, offensive, whatever. Anyway, you can be honest with us, and you don't have to say that if you are still in the path to figure out whatever it is you're capable of. So am I, and I'm sure so is John, and it is fine whatever you decide to do to figure this out. And John goes, as long as obviously this does not include the murder of the innocent, or perhaps extreme practices of heresy, or maybe our deaths.
Oh, for Rauno, of course it's not going to come to that. Never.
Rosie is looking into your soul.
About the heresy.
Right.
Well, I make sure that we're probably surrounded by people, right?
It is the you are in the fort. You can find kind of like a small space for you guys, sure.
Okay. First test. I will I will show my hands. I
Yeah.
will focus and show my hands.
John goes, Captain, you're about to explode. Please remain.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't hurt. It just appeared. I don't know what this is, but now it is me.
Rosie
And I
goes,
can make it appear and disappear whenever I want.
Rosie goes and grabs your hand and... Oh, Lord, your blood shines. I've heard of this before. My mother has told me stories of people in Nadar that were like you. That's a trace of divinity.
Nodar?
Yes, the Wood Elven Kingdom. It is where my mother's from, is far from here, but she spoke that there were people with traces of divinity in them. A long time ago, the elves have records of them.
So you're saying these are traces of divinity.
Right.
I see. What about this? And I show the cloak.
John is just looking around to see if no one's watching.
And I remove it again.
Well, that is magic I've never seen, nor have I heard my mother speak of it.
Right.
Is that some sort of magic cloak you found?
I didn't find it. It just appeared.
John goes, Captain Gael, although I am sure of your intentions, as always, I do recommend that you keep this show off of people that you do not still trust completely. The people of our army are incredibly suspicious, especially of dark, shadowy cloaks, as they have caused many deaths in the Civil War.
I know. That is why I am not showing it to anyone. Only you two. And I am trusting you. I swear I have no idea how I got this. Maybe it was because I killed shadowy people.
Right, maybe that's not at all a trace of divinity. Maybe those are traces of the magic that the other creatures had on you. Maybe you are right. You don't strike me as divine at all.
Why are you such a bitch?
Oh, I'm just being honest, Gael.
Look at my face. I'm so pretty. No, I'm joking, I'm not saying.
Your face is exhibit number one as to why you wouldn't be divine, but
Okay.
I'm sorry, but that cloak is proper ominous. I'm quite taken aback by it. It makes me feel cold.
Huh. Okay. I don't feel it. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's because I killed people that look like this. I don't know.
It might have been, but...
Or maybe I touched something.
Sadly, I don't understand much about any magic at all. Not even mine. I'm going to have to figure it out as I go, but... In your case, this is... you could really use a book or two.
If we find any book, you will read it. Because I'm not very much a fan of reading.
Do you know how to read?
I do.
All right.
My grandfather taught me.
I guess I'll do the reading then.
I like to discover it by experiencing it.
That just sounds like an excuse to be lazy.
Maybe. But I am your captain now.
Right.
Do not disrespect me.
I will not disrespect you, Gael, but you may be captain, but you're still Gael from Sorenshire, so don't you forget that. I'm here to remind you of that. You might have all of your fancy little lights in you, but you're still Gael from Sorenshire.
I turn my back, and while I'm going away, I'm mumbling. Still from Shire. And I go away.
So you're leaving, okay? They both stay there, kind of looking at you leave. All right. So, anything else you want to accomplish here in Fort Flameshield?
Is it nighttime yet?
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep. And
Very well.
look at the sky and I say, "Good night, Grandpa."
Aw. All right. So you go back to sleep, and then
Go back to sleep.
or go to sleep, and then, as morning comes, it is time to leave for Riverdairt, which will
For what?
Riverdairt, which is the city on the way to Cazenfall. Or not a city, the town on the way to... Small town, kind of a village thing, on the way to Cazenfall. So... Give me just a moment. Un momento, por favor. I need to confirm something. I don't know why I didn't have this open, but... So... As the morning comes, Lord Morden and Lord Ivan, you see kind of a gathering of soldiers at the gate or near the gate to Fort Flameshield, and excuse me, and as you do, both John and Rosie join up with you. Give me just a moment.
So it's a group of people with Lord Ivan and us three.
Correct. It is a group of people. There are at least 15 other soldiers besides Lord Ivan and Lord Morden. And kind of as your group approaches, Lord Ivan goes, "Good morning, Captain Gael. I see that you have already picked out your unit."
Yes, I did, my lord. We are ready to fight for our kingdom.
Right. And your first mission will be to help escort this party all the way to Cazenfall, I hear.
Yes.
Have you collected your 500 gold reward?
I did. My lord.
All right, good. Then, is there anything else that you or your party here want to accomplish before we leave for Riverdairt?
Do you guys want to do anything?
Rosie... Rosie's face is she has always been kind of suspicious of lords and nobles and nobility in general. And so she's kind of just looking at them with her chin as high up in contempt as she can. John, on the other hand, is kind of, his head is bowed forward and he goes, "No, Captain, I believe that all we wish to accomplish before has been accomplished. We are ready for our first mission as a group."
Calm down. Jesus. Not Jesus, Ronald.
Captain, you must understand. This is exciting. It's like going on a small adventure.
I believe, and I've never been to Cazenfall nor Riverdairt, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I can tell you've never been. It's pronounced Riverdairt.
There.
Right. Lord Morden is kind of there's a smile on his face, but you still notice that he's not... He kind of avoids looking at Lord Ivan.
Who?
Lord Morden avoids looking at Lord Ivan.
Oh. Okay.
But horses are provided for you as you all join in on this this journey to Riverdairt. So, over this next day of travel, leaving at early... Yes.
We're going on horses?
On a horsey.
While we're going, can I park my horse?
Right?
Beside near Lord Ivan.
Lord Ivan.
Yes. This time.
Okay. This time it's really Ivan. Lord Ivan. Yes.
Yes.
I can see one of the babies trying to get into the closet.
Emma.
Oh well.
Well.
You want to go get her?
Yes. No. Let her be.
All right. So, sorry guys, cats.
I'm going beside Lord Ivan, and I'll say, hi. I know I'm not in the position of asking for stuff.
We don't have to do that. You're going slowly.
Okay.
You're not galloping.
I am not in the position of.
You're not going in slow motion. You're going slowly. There's a difference.
I don't know. I never rode a horse.
You just kind of go like this.
I'm not in the position of asking questions or requesting anything, but are you sure? I know that there's more. There's more that we can achieve and know about these vials that I got from the general. I sense that they can heal, and if we're going to give them to Kazanfall and to the paladins and the clerics and stuff, maybe we're going to miss an opportunity to.
Okay, Gael, you're letting the horse go to Gael.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you can't. Are you putting the horse on reverse?
I'm pushing the rails.
The reins, not the
reins.
rails. So a horse, not a train.
I am doing a mind-blowing speech for the fucking general, Captain Lord, and you are missing everything.
I'm sorry. I just found it funny because you started like this, right? You're like this, and then you're like this. You're going faster.
Oh my god. Okay. I believe we're missing an opportunity to do something for these people. Oh, stop!
You're going so fast!
We're doing something for our army. Like, I know that because...
We can just stop if you want.
Okay. No, but I want to be in character.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Because of me, we were able to conquer, not conquer, but kill everyone in Fort...
Wormtooth Fortress.
Wormtooth Fortress, but we still lost a lot of lives, and those vials can be useful.
Lord Ivan stops the horse. And he holds everybody, and the whole convoy stops. And he goes, Captain Gael, you are indeed a hero, and you have accomplished great things. However, you must still be aware of your place. Let this be a lesson, Captain. Whatever is on those vials has created monstrosities that are an insult to life, to the gods, even if not our own. Those monstrosities are unholy and deserve to be purged by our Lord's power. Even if they were to be used, do you think that they are worthy of the army of the righteous flame?
But do we know if the vials only do that? Can't they heal as well?
Lady Gael, we are precisely in the search for answers. That is why we travel to Chasmfall.
Okay.
I appreciate your concern. I know that it comes from a good place. I know that you care about your people back in Sorenshire, and I am aware that the death of your grandpa has affected you greatly. I am also aware that the way you help us is not exactly conventional. But still, you must know your place. Understood, Captain?
Understood, my lord.
I wish to be your friend, but before being your friend, I am still the commander of Fort Flameshield, and you are still below me.
Yes, my lord.
Let us resume. And he takes off with the horse. And shortly after, Lord Morden kind of catches up to you slowly and he goes, "That, Gael, has to be the most foolish thing you've done. And you have walked inside Wormtooth Fortress by your lonesome. And still, it is something that I greatly appreciate. For we do need fools."
You do, and you know what?
What?
Without foolishness, maybe you don't enjoy life at the full. At full.
He smiles. Captain, if you will allow me a suggestion, stick to what you're good at. I don't believe a career in politics and anything involving such speeches may be the way for you. If you will allow me the small jest.
I'm not good in talking, but if it's to save people and making this army way better than it is, I'm going to take a risk at being full. I don't mind.
Very well.
A fool.
Yes, precisely why you should not pursue a career in language. Now go join your team. I must ride ahead. And he goes back forward as the remaining riders also continue on moving. So, as Rosie catches up with you, she goes, "So that went well, huh?"
Nope.
Right, I was being sarcastic.
I know.
John goes, "Captain, I believe that attempt was honorable."
Thank you. I try.
Right, and if by my blade I may one day help you in such honorable attempts, then I shall, Captain.
Thank you.
He's taking this way too seriously, is he not?
Maybe, but if you want to, well.
Right. Okay. I'll just get used to it. Let's go. And they both drift off as you also continue and catch up with a convoy. You travel through... Yes?
Oh no, I'm just... I'm not... I don't want to talk.
Why did you have to hit the microphone?
Sorry.
I know you don't want to talk now. You don't need to punch the microphone to say it.
Sorry.
It's just that you were like, you have the face of someone that was gonna say something. All right.
I was just thinking.
Oh, all right. So you go through the hills here. Now that you are approaching and going inside the kingdom of Herskellen, deeper in the kingdom. It's the Great Green kind of starts showing as these hills and meadows covered in heather, or covered in some cases vast woods covered in fir trees and or even oaks, and there are plenty of narrow valleys and other places that you have to cross through, as you are not quite following a road here. You are kind of making way through the actual, unbeaten terrain here to make a beeline for Riverdairt without having to return to Sorenshire and catch the road. But there comes a point in your travel as the night begins to fall. Give me a moment, please.
Okay, I'll get the cat. Wait.
Yeah, cat emergency. Lord.
Teddy. Oh.
Sorry, guys. There's the cat emergency. This cat emergency is sponsored by absolutely no one. Guys, I would like to take this moment to remind you that if you wish to support the channel, you may subscribe to us on YouTube or here on Twitch. And you may find Mizzy's links also on the description on YouTube and on the title on the Twitch channel. Thank you very much. All right, are you back? Is the thing fixed?
Yeah, I had to close the door.
All right. So, as I was saying, you go through the hills and the meadows here of the Great Green until there comes a point in your travel where the road kind of you meet the road, and the road begins snaking its way through a valley in between two gently rising hills covered by these very dense woods. The road itself, as we approach the night, becomes dark and shaded by fir trees, and the woodland noises are clear and ominous, which is going to... Alright, sorry. I was confirming that I was on the right thing. Eventually, after a good while, the forest breaks, and a small lake mirrors both the starlight and the fluttering flames of homesteads of the town of Riverdairt. It is indeed a quaint little town, only slightly larger than Sorenshire, right in the middle of this very large valley flanked by forests and hills. On its northern edge, on a low rising slope, the smaller walls of the Silver Cross estate can be seen, watching over the valley. As you guys begin making your way to this small lake town, Lord Morden approaches you and says, "All right, Gael, Lord Ivan will seek lodging for the troops, probably at the Silver Cross estate. I will remain..."
Seek what?
Lodging. A place for them to sleep.
Okay.
Well, I really hit the nail on the head with the language thing. Well, he will seek for a place for them to sleep in the Silver Cross estate, and I will stay there with them. However, if I may recommend, you are free to choose whatever you like. But perhaps staying at the inn and enjoying the town would be better for you, as it is your first time here.
Will the rest sleep outside?
There are inns in town. Or there is one. The Stomping Oak. And Rosie kind of intervenes. The Stomping Oak sounds just fine. I don't do well in fancy places either way, so maybe that's best for us, Gael.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Well, you are free to do whatever it is you like during the night. We shall make for Silvercross Estate, and then I will ask that you meet us in town square in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Perhaps mid-morning. I'm not sure yet.
Yes, sir. Well, we're going to be ready in the morning, so either way.
All right. And he heads off, as well as the remaining troops. They begin moving to the northern edge of town. As you arrive, the town is built kind of at the edge of a lake. It is an artificial lake of sorts. The river, one of the river's arms was kind of was deviated to come here to Riverdairt, down into this valley, and then they kind of surrounded and dug up a place for the lake to be. And it is a small town with little wooden houses built out of the woods that surround the town. And it is quite a humble place, but you do find, as you begin navigating the little town, you do find a little building. It's a very kind of cozy and simple place with this. There are 2 stories, but it has this kind of, a triangular curved rooftop, and it is the building is painted in white, and it seems to be, or maybe not painted, but the dauber that makes up for the materials of the building gives it that white, dirty white hue as it glows orange from the windows. And you see a little plaque or a sign above it that says the Stomping Oak, and that same sign has this big oak tree that has a root with a boot put on it, kind of hitting the ground, and that there are some like sound waves drawn around it. And as Rosie says, well, it seems that's the Stomping Oak. I'd say that we perhaps move inside.
We can. Is this a tavern too?
This is a tavern too, yes. And by the looks of it, and she looks kind of to the side of the Stomping Oak, there seems to be a job board here. Do you want to check it out, Gael? Let's check it out.
A job?
Yes. And she runs over to it.
We don't have time for that. We need to sleep.
Right. Sleep. Wait. And she goes up to what seems to be like a little plaque, little board that has a bunch of paper affixed to it.
I'll read it.
All right. So on this job board, there are quite a few. One of them that is kind of like premiumly placed at the center has this scuffed. Well, maybe scuffed is the wrong word. It has a less detailed drawing of what seems to be a cat, and it says, "Lost cat. His name is Tauntaun. 5 gold pieces to whoever finds him." And it is signed underneath Ronald Butterbrook as the person who posted this. But there are 2 that have a much more complex signature and a stamp of what seems to be like a crest, which are two crossed swords. And in these, it said, one of them says, "Kill the Ettercap. Hunters have reported the sighting of an Ettercap in the forest to the northeast. Increase in spider population indicates it is a possibility. Kill the Ettercap and bring proof of kill. 175 gold." And then, yeah.
Does the cat have a drawing?
Yeah, said there's like a bad drawing of him.
And what color is it?
It's not painted. It's just a drawing, you know.
Oh, so I don't know what color is it.
No, it's he's not given any color. It's just a little drawing.
Damn it. I want to find the cat. He's lost.
You want to find Tauntaun? There is another job posting with the crossed swords that says bandit camp. There's a group of bandits reported to camp at the edge of the forest in the southwest. And then it has a warning on it. Leader is said to be capable of magic. Kill or arrest the leader and destroy the camp. Bring proof of kill. Reward is 200 gold. Bless you.
Thank you. So, Rosie, are you interested in anyone in any job?
Right. I am interested in these two, and she points to the other two, but you're the captain?
Aren't we going to be like dying in the morning?
So what? In the morning we'll be with a whole army behind our backs. Do you think we can't handle being a little bit tired? Plus, we might even finish this quickly.
What do you think, John?
Captain, I must say, I would enjoy some adventure. After that battle, I think I've got the taste for danger. But, Captain, still, I will respect whichever are your commands. And I do understand that you have our best interest at heart in making sure that we stay rested. But, should you want to make this extra bit of coin and officially be called an adventurer, then I am willing to get behind that.
Okay, we'll go. But, well, you get the 25%, and I'll give you 10%, and anything you find, you can keep it.
All right. I'm fine with it. Are you fine with it, John? I do not care for earthly possessions. Rosamund Warwick. I care only for the thrill of adventure. I am no longer scared. You have taken every ounce of fear from me, Captain Gael. I am as I am because of you. Thank you.
No problem. Let's go then. Will, what do you guys want to do first? Find the cat?
I thought we agreed upon one of the two more higher paying ones.
Okay, but can we look for the cat meanwhile?
Well,
while we go?
I'll look for the cat, sure. We can look for the cat after we come back from the others. Or if we do, whichever one we do. Have you decided?
What's an ettercap?
Feck if I know.
Would I know?
You yourself, not a clue.
What about Gael? Oh, I'm Gael. You yourself, Gael, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, episode 6.
John?
She's figured out she's playing as Gael.
No, I didn't mean that.
I know, honey. I'm kidding.
John, do you know what ethercap is?
I have not the faintest idea, but it sounds dangerous, and there are spiders being mentioned here, which I am not quite fond of.
You don't like spiders.
I don't like spiders.
But you don't like them, you want to kill all of them, or you don't like them, you don't want to get near one of them?
We shall find out, Captain.
Oh my god. This guy. Okay. I am not particularly fond, like you, of spiders, of bandits. I hate bandits, and I want them dead. So we can go for bandits. And the gold is better. But I really want to find out what an ethercap is.
Right? I'll be honest. I'd also like to find out what an ethercap is.
But bandits are killing people. Probably. That's what bandits do. And rob.
Maybe rob, yeah? I don't know. It's your choice. Whichever one will be ridding the town of danger.
True. But is the ethercap really a danger?
Would it not be dangerous if they posted a job for it?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a petty revenge.
We could also just go inside the tavern and ask what an ethercap is.
True. You are so smart, Rosie. Let's go inside.
You go inside the tavern. So, you walk inside the Stomping Oak, and the first thing you see is the central pillar that supports that second story, and which serves as the centerpiece to this tavern floor, is this very thick oak trunk that kind of extends upward and extends its boughs over to the sides, holding the house aloft. There are tables around. There are, at this hour, there are people. Are you alright?
Yeah, my cats were able to open the closet door.
Yeah, I saw it happen live. No, really, I really did see it behind you there. Because of the.
Tell me, I didn't see.
I told you Emma was trying to get in.
But that was before, and then I closed it.
Yeah, and then she
And
did it
after
again.
that, yeah.
Did you think that for closing it, since she had opened it before, she wouldn't be able to open it again?
I didn't.
You gotta put a lock on that.
Already.
No.
Okay,
All
continue.
right. So, the space it is a kind of a quite the little homey cozy space, and there are people about drinking, but there's no like excessive drinking or anything yet at this hour as night has just fallen. And you see at the table, or excuse me, at the counter at the bar, you see this halfling gentleman with like this very I don't want to say shitty, but a very bad mustache attempt, and some showing already some wrinkles around the cheeks, but with very curly blondish brown hair still, and he seems to be giving off drinks to people. That's the vision you see.
I'll go to the barman.
All right.
And I'll say, "Good evening, kind sir."
Good evening. It is a pleasure to have you here at the Stomping Oak. I've never seen your face here, so I assume you are passing by Riverdairt.
Yes, we are from Sorenshire.
All right, from Sorenshire. Did you come with? I heard there were soldiers coming in town.
Yes, we are soldiers.
It is an honor, then, to receive here the army of the Righteous Flame. My name is Ronald Butterbrook, and I am at your full service.
Ronald Butterbrook. Okay, okay. To start, I want 3 beers.
All right, that can be arranged.
You guys want beer?
John goes, excuse me, Captain. I feel like the consumption of alcohol would impede me from protecting you as I should. I will deter from consuming the said beer. Rosie...
Do you want anything else? Like a...
Perhaps a glass of milk.
Okay.
And Rosie goes, I'll have a beer, yes, of course. Sometimes I wonder if I'm old enough to have it, though, but I think I am. And
Let's assume you are.
Two beers are brought. You know that Rosie is in her 20s like you. Like you're supposed to be.
2 beers and 1 milk.
And the milk and the beers are brought. Anything else?
How much is it?
Oh,
I'm not used to it.
That will be just silver.
Oh, here's 1 gold.
Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much. That wow. And he grabs the gold and he bites it, places it in his pocket. Anything else I could do?
Yes. Well, there's outside a job about killing the ettercap.
Right, an ettercap.
What's an ettercap?
Well, an ettercap is... Well, it is rumored to be this sort of spider-like, almost demon or monstrosity. I'm not sure if about my terminology here. I am only just an innkeeper, but people say that it creates and it well, it works pretty much like a shepherd to giant spiders. Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's a spider-like demon.
And did you hear the other part after that?
Something spiders.
All right, there you go. It works like a shepherd to giant spiders.
Shit. Okay.
You know you can just say that you didn't hear it. It's better than you going there.
Oi.
All right.
It's fine. John, are you comfortable with this?
With the milk, yes, it is quite nice.
The demon, the spider-like demon.
Well, I will be fair and honest with you, Captain. I think that the common folk tend to exaggerate often what their problems are. It may be that this is no demon at all. And Ronald goes, right, it might not be a demon, but the ettercap is real. There are webs all over that section of the forest. There are giant spiders crawling in, killing our hunt, what we eat here. We often find that the insides drained completely, only a husk left on the ground of deer and stag tusk and even wolves. And there was one of us said that he spotted it. He spotted the ettercap, he did.
What do you believe it's more dangerous, the ettercap or the bandits?
Well, it is rumored that the bandits are... There's a magic wielder among them. That is scary.
Oh, that is scary.
He's just looking at you.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for your information. Here's another piece of gold.
Oh! And he immediately grabs it. Oh, I am going to buy the missus some very nice shoes.
Oh, good. Okay. We better get going to kill the other cap.
Oh! By the way, if you do see my cat, Tauntaun, walking around, could you please return him?
I promise you, I will do my best to find your cat.
Alright, Tauntaun is he's very fluffy and he is completely black. He kind of blends in the night, and that's why it's been so hard for me to really search for him.
I will do my best. You have my word.
Thank you so much. I am relieved that now the army of the Righteous Flame is looking for it. Or for him.
Yes. Not the army, but us three.
Hey, we're still part of the army, Gael. Let's just enjoy the, compliment.
Okay. Sure. Okay, let's go.
And you leave. You exit the Stomping Oak, having made little Ronald very, very happy. And I assume you are heading to the forest in the northeast.
Yes. If I pass through some alleyways,
All right.
I will look very intensely and try to find the cat.
Tauntaun.
Tauntaun. I will look specifically for eyes shining, because the eyes, it's what I'm going to see first.
All right, got it. Can you roll a perception check for me? As you go out into the night.
9. Not
Alright.
even to find the cat. Come on, dice.
I will have that into account as you move forward. All right?
No, don't. It's a low roll. I want a higher roll to find the. I want to find the cat.
Damn, there are giant spiders threatening hunters, and you're worried about Tauntaun.
But the cat is lost.
All right. You're
It's
right.
a lost cat.
It's a lost little cat. Okay, so you head to the forest in the northeast. My God. As you your way. So, moving through the northeast, the slope kind of rises slowly, and you're forced to climb quite a ways in this section of the dell where Riverdairt is. You move slowly through the dense fir trees, and the noises of the forest begin sort of making themselves known. There are howls, there are breaking branches, there are skitters. I'm gonna ask you, are you moving slowly and stealthily through the forest?
Yeah, I would assume so. We're going as stealthy as we can.
Alright. So I need you to roll a stealth check. If you want, I can roll stealth checks for them, or you can roll for them too.
I'll roll.
Alright, remember that John has this advantage. And Rosie is going to guide herself.
Since we are in the middle of the forest, I will activate my cloak.
Alright.
So I have advantage on stealth checks.
You do, and you may choose to even be invisible if you want.
Not necessary. It's the 16 plus 8.
Alright. That is 24, honey.
24. So John is at disadvantage.
Disadvantage because he wears plate armor. He's a clink, clank, clunk, clunk, clink, clunk, clink, clunk, clunk.
But how do I see the plus?
He has a +1 to dex. It's the dex.
It's the dex?
If it doesn't say, it's the dex, yes. You just hear him kind of...
5. You rolled a 5, okay. And she had guidance.
She is going to add guidance, and she has a +1 to her dex as well.
+1. And what does... Oh, he's 24. Okay.
Yes.
+1. Uh, 18.
18 for her. Alright, good enough. So, you move slowly through the forest, through the darkness, climbing over roots, climbing over stones. As you reach the top of the slope,
Wait.
Yes. Hello, guys. This break here is sponsored by Gail's IRL mother or father.
It's my dad.
Oh, there you go. All right.
The fridge is not closing properly.
Oh, damn, that's a problem with the little munchkin. Oh no.
We'll see.
All right. So.
There's picanha.
Oh yeah, that is a danger. Just so you guys know, Mizzy has a cat that has made a habit of sometimes breaking into the fridge.
The fridge is like a food goblin.
Yeah, it's a little munchkin, and he's going to possibly have a feast tonight. So, you eventually kind of climb up the low rising slope, and you reach the top, kind of the crown of it. And the crown is bare to an extent. There aren't many trees. That it is rock here at the top of this hill. You look down into yet another valley that goes down into these slopes, and you see the river at a distance, kind of glistening with the moonlight. The river going down and then curving this hill so that it may reach Riverdairt. As you do look down, there are the forest kind of goes darker and darker, and the canopy is thicker. But there is a region of with kind of an assortment or a conglomerate of thrown, twisted, crooked trees that you see. I need you to roll a perception check. She's going to guide you.
11.
On an 11, there is, even at a distance, this is thousands of feet maybe, as you're above here. It's going to take you perhaps around half an hour to reach, at least at a slower pace, maybe more. You see that same region with those crooked trees. There is this slight glisten or shine of silver. There's just a silver, kind of like if you'll imagine like a silver string reflecting light.
Okay. I'll tell that to them.
John goes, right then, that are we heading there then, Captain?
Wait. Okay, as we go,
Yeah.
I would like... I don't know if I would
Rage.
like. I was thinking of... No, I think it's going to be useless. I was going to detect magic.
Mind you, detect magic obviously has a duration, and it is a small range around you.
It's 30
this
feet.
region is like way down, past the valley and kind of on the slope of the next hill.
Okay, I'll let's go. Carefully, always, and I'll think about it when we are there.
All right, silent, John. Just hold your armor or something. He goes, forgive me, Rosamund, but I cannot stop the sounds of metal. And he you see him kind of hold his armor as tightly as he can as he clinks from the armor in his boots and pants. But at least the top armor is not clinking. And you go down the slopes. It is easier here. There's a bunch of loose branches and loose leaves on this slope. As you continue on descending, comes to a point where you sense movement surrounding you. And as you kind of look to the right, you see this large wolf shape. There's just this fur, this mound of fur sitting atop a rock, and as it turns its eyes to you, the eyes kind of glow with the light of the moon, and it's just this shadow with pointy ears looking at you. And Rosie goes, all right, easy. Don't make any sudden movements. We don't want to disturb the local wildlife.
Okay. Let's stay calm. He can sense your emotions.
The wolf kind of looks forward and then looks back at you, and you see, being impossibly large, this is most likely a dire wolf, and there's more movement kind of surrounding you. And then you hear moving around the branches, clicking on stone, and the wolf, and he looks at you and then runs and leaps off into away from you, not in the direction of that place. You look above you and around you, and this dense net of branches, of separating boughs of trees and hanging vines and leaves. And you notice kind of a fog accumulating above them, not allowing you to see as well as you'd like. It's a very thin fog. You can still see bits of the sky, and the moonlight filters through it, and it kind of creates this low, dim light that illuminates the bottom of the forest.
I will try to look far ahead in our view height.
Yeah.
I would assume that the fog is above.
Yeah, it is kind of descending now slowly into the valley. But as you look forward, are you looking at anything specifically?
Yes. I will try to see if I find traces of webs.
All right.
That lead to something, bigger, like more.
Got
webs.
it. Roll perception check for me. If you want, Rosie will guide you as well.
Mm-hmm.
She places her hand on you and goes,
Ooh.
all right, the forest is with you, Gael. See with its eyes.
23.
On a 23.
No. Perception, right?
Yeah, perception.
27. I forgot to add the modifier.
All right. So, you notice the vines, the dense, thick net of branches hanging from them. Those are not vines. Those are not heavy fruits. Those are not shadowy leaves. There are casings of web with creatures inside it, bent and twisted beyond shape. As you move, one of such casings falls in front of you, and you see this husk, this very thin, sucked to the bone wolf pup.
No. Now we need to kill it.
And as Rosie bends down to see it, all right, I think I'm happy with the decision you've made, Gael.
Yep, same. Let's kill this thing.
I think my mother would be proud if we finish this thing off. And she continues forward with you. In this half an hour, you see multiple examples of this. You see trees that are covered in this thick kind of... it seems to be ooze at first, but then you notice is blood. Or something that smells just awful, and it makes you gag when you get close to it. it covers the trees and gives it this dark look, and even the flowers, or excuse me, the leaves on the trees seem to be dying and falling down here in this area. Then the deeper you move, the trees get taller as you reach the end of the valley, and you begin and you reach the edge, this side of the river that crosses said valley. Yeah.
Can I already an action? I don't know if it's an action.
Okay.
The moment I see a normal creature,
Yeah.
can I activate invisibility?
All right. Got it. Yeah. It's not exactly an action. It's just that if you're hiding, which you guys are actively stealthing. If you are hiding within a dim lit or obscured space, you instantly become invisible.
Oh, okay,
if you
cool.
want to. So we'll do that. Even on this side of the riverbank, there's already these signs of this spider population. You continue hearing the skitters around you, like you're being followed, but you see nothing. It's like the forest is creaking and speaking to you about what ails it, and Rosie is listening. You look at Rosie and you see how she feels, or how her body is not the same confident Rosie that used to hide, to steal things from nobles back in Sorenshire, or that suggested to break into the Lord Blackwood's manor. She is shrunken and careful and almost withering and wincing with pain at each step. You reach the flowing waters of the river, flowing slowly, and
I put a hand on Rosie and I say, "It's all right. We're going to end this thing."
Right, I just didn't expect to feel this. My mother always said that I too would be connected, but I've just never been in a place like this. You see John has a hand on the hilt of the blade as he's kind of looking around vigilantly. But you reach the river bank, and Rosie actually helps kind of guide you along with John to a ford where you can actually cross this like lower this region where the waters are lower and where you don't have to actually swim in. You trace along the riverbank until you find one. You step through the slippery stones and pebbles of it. And on this side, the forest is a different vision. The trees begin to be enveloped by web, thick silver-like web that shines in the moonlight. The boughs of the trees, the fog that you had seen, it is not fog, but a sheet of silky web that hangs from the boughs of these very tall trees that rise ever upward beneath your sight. All that you see is the web, the silky web from some of their branches. You move until you find this like rockier region. And what was your perception? It was 27, right?
Yes.
On a 27, you notice this on that rocky, this rockier side of the hill. That begins to be kind of, instead of covered in the trees, just surrounded by them as they kind of climb up the slope of the hill and climb around the rock. You see a lump. Just a lump covered in web, leaning or not leaning, but against one of the larger stones here. Against one of the larger stones here. It looks humanoid shape, like a body.
Shit. Um, what's the distance between?
I would say it's around 40 feet ahead of you at this moment.
I will try to go a little further, and now I will detect magic.
All right. You expand your essence, and the shadows of your cloak kind of begin traveling around the space. You see Rosie also look carefully. You don't detect any magic.
Okay. Come with me. We might be able to save whatever that is. And I hope it's still savable.
All right, John. Maybe you watch. Of course. Sing. He takes out his blade, puts on his shield, and he's going to move forward if you want him to.
Yeah, just keep close to us.
He moves ahead of you and close until you reach the body.
I take out a knife.
Right?
A dagger. Sorry.
Yeah.
A normal dagger, and I try to slice open the web.
You slice it open, and you see inside a human gentleman wearing furs and leathers. Its skin is almost transparent to the rest of the body. You can almost see the hints of bone as it seems to be completely sucked dry of its essence and its innards.
We are too late.
There's more, Gael. And Rosie points forward, and you see through this rocky region next to the river, there are more of these lumps of bodies spread out. And they all lead kind of up this rockier slope and then back into the denser forest. But there seems to be sort of a track that you can follow.
While we move alongside all the corpses, any of them move?
No. None of them do. And it's interesting. As you move past them, you acknowledge the bodies, and you sense the absence of something in them. But this absence that you sense is good. It makes you feel good. It's as if whatever is missing in them should be missing.
Okay. So, do I feel the lack of absence in any of the bodies?
No, you do not. They seem to all be dead as you move through.
Okay. We move forward.
All right. As you move forward and you follow this track, the trees grow denser once again as you climb up the slope until you reach this opening in the hill. Webs kind of cover partly the entrance to it and come down from it. And you hear the...
I still have the detect magic on.
Yeah, I would say it's enough time. You do not sense any magic. But then John touches you. Gael. And he points up with his sword.
Oh no. Shit.
Do you look?
I look?
As you look up, you see coming down from these large trees, tiny little webs with very large spiders that slowly come down. They land on thicker sheets of web and move all around. Some of them cling onto trees and begin climbing down as well.
Any larger one?
They're all pretty big.
There's not a mother?
Doesn't seem to be out here. Rosie goes, Gael, I think that wherever we do, we might want to do it fast, even if that is just running inside. I don't think that staying out here and getting attacked from above is the best option for us.
You are right. You are right. Okay, on the count of 3.
Right, what were we supposed to do?
Run to the open space.
All right, to the cavern.
To the cavern?
Where do you want to run? Do you want to run back? We have to kill this thing.
To the cavern. 1,
All right.
2, 3.
Ah! And you see as you yell 3 while running, Rosie extends out her hand as one of the spiders is kind of moving down on her. You see these roots reach out onto the spider and try to hit it. Let's see if the spider succeeds. It fails. I need you to roll her sacred flame damage, which I believe it's still 1d8. I can check for you.
I have it here.
Oh, it doesn't even say. It just says you can cast.
It
just says you can cast Sacred Flame. So let's assume this is regular old Sacred Flame, which should be 1d8. 1d8 damage, I think. Yes, 1d8.
Only 1d8?
Yeah.
6.
All right. The roots stab into the spider as you all run inside. John goes ahead and he slashes through the web. And as he does, you come into this completely dark, cavern. Rosie goes, Gael, can you see in the dark?
I do, and does she have a staff or anything?
She does have a staff with her that she wears on her back.
No, actually, I'll cast light on his
on the sword.
On the sword.
As you do, he goes, Rono blesses me with his light through you, Gael, and he shines the light through this entire cavern. You see.
Yes.
Well, you already saw it because of your dark vision. You see as the light expands and reaches out into the corners of this place. These large webbed cocoons, almost like eggs, put in alcoves, webbing on the ground and cracks on the floor that lead into infinite chasms. But on the walls, giant spiders. And on the central wall, moving down slowly through one thin web, you see this almost humanoid shape of a rather bloated, smooth, deep blue skin creature with a spider's face, the fangs and the multiple eyes, beady, fully black. As it drops down, trying to react to the light, and you see
oh no.
The spiders begin to all move as web is shot in your direction. And that's where we're going to end today's episode.
Oh my god. Okay. I wanted to fight.
You wanted a fight?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to wait now. But that was pretty cool.
That was, yeah.
That was fun.
Pretty cool.
Alrighty. So you have Rosie with you now, and I have to do this weird, inexistent accent that is a faking of the Irish accent forever.
Yes.
But yeah, hopefully you will. This is gonna be your first test with 2 sidekicks in this battle.
It's fine.
Oh, I know it is. I'm just saying it's gonna be the first time you're gonna be controlling 3 characters at the same time. It's so exciting.
It's gonna be easier than playing with a party that it's not controlled by me.
Oh, definitely, yeah. At least you don't, you know, everything is coherent with what you think.
Yeah.
You don't have to, you know. But yeah, that was pretty cool, honey. That was pretty cool. Some cool conversations you had today, and you still have to find Tauntaun the cat.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you didn't end the episode if I saw any cat.
Surely there are more pressing matters, Gael. There's an ettercap in front of you. Have you ever seen how an ettercap looks?
Nope.
Well, how about, just so you may think, how about I show you the map?
Nothing. I just sneezed. You don't need to be scared.
I'll show chat as well, because why not? I'll remove Gael from here. If you go to the map section, or to Foundry, you'll see this little thing over here is the ettercap.
What the hell? It's
Yep.
so big.
It's a medium-sized thick boy. But yeah, I loved this episode because I fully, and this is gonna be something that I'm gonna share because it's something that I haven't done in well, I have been doing it more now, but that I had not been doing before Memoria Mortis and before the other campaign, which is I did not write a description for the forest nor for the entrance to this place where the ettercap so this was all coming from my head.
Wow, it was all improvised. Very nice.
Yes, I'm very happy that happened because I have not been trusting my brain to do that for a few years, and it's slowly getting back there. Also, learning more words is good. It's good for that. Anyway, is there anybody in chat with any questions related to what happened? This is the Q&A section now, declared to be open. If any of you want to ask any questions, you may do so, and we will do our very best to answer all of those questions if you have them.
We had a question in the middle saying something like, "Oh, there's such a thing as single-player D&D campaigns."
Oh yes, indeed. There is such a thing as a single-player D&D campaigns, although they are very rare and they're usually run privately. So yeah. That's why it may not be so common. You know, D&D is supposed to be a collaborative game, but if you want an example, a more famous example, Matthew Mercer has ran a one-shot for one player, which was Stephen Colbert. He was one of those talk show hosts in the United States. And so, yeah, he did that for Stephen Colbert, and it was pretty cool. And he also had a companion, but his companion was a bee. Yeah, it was a little cute bee. Anyway, if there are no other questions, I say that we take our leave, honey. Is there anything you wanted to say to YouTube and to chat room?
Hey, thank you for watching us. It's been pretty cool. And I can't wait to know more about my past as a Gael.
Right, awesome. And thank you guys, by the way, for the almost 400 views on episode 5 and almost 400 on episode 1 as well of Memoria Mortis. We really do appreciate that. I hope that we are not just giving you a little bit of just a few giggles, but also in the process teaching you a little bit of the game so that maybe you may play it with your friends and with your partner, like I'm doing here, you know? So yeah, take care, folks. Thank you once again very much for hanging out.
Thank you.
We will not see you next week, as next week is break week, both for Requiem and for Memoria Mortis. But we shall see you in the week after for the Ettercap fight.
Wait, it's not next week.
It is.
Oh, it is next week. Sorry. Yeah.
All right, guys. Take care, and we'll see you there. Bye-bye.
Bye.